Hello you guys, this is Colatius and Latius, and for this video, if I don't sound right, it's because struggling, of course, as per usual. Why the fuck not? Headache and anxiety, and I just didn't get a lot of sleep, so yes. I keep checking this because I want to make sure it's recording, because at one point it actually did not, and I know I said it in a video, like I was talking to my phone, and so I'm gonna record this video, but to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna upload it because I know I've been pushing this hell of an idea for so long, but I believe these predictions were right. It's just the reason. What I mean by right is because Nikki wants to save it again for anniversary, which would potentially explain all these events leading up to the Barbie, and then from Barbie leading up to the Hell event. It makes sense because the Hell event is right around the corner, guys, because if we don't get the Hell event next, because the next announcement next event should come, the 24th, or if they want to bring Hell event, maybe the 25th. That's like 5 days from the 20th. 21, 2, 3, 4, 25. And then a 7-day event would be 25, 29, 30, 31. And then say they bring the event April the 4th and 5th, and it's a 2.5 week Hell event. That will be going over the anniversary. So you don't have a lot of time left. After that's, if that's what Nikki is planning on doing. I'm not sure. However, I think Nikki is going to pull a fast one, and let me tell you why. And to be honest, I have a bad feeling about this. And they're going to pull a fast one, and they might actually bring the Hell event next. So I want to state, as the days are passing by, it's kind of giving me an idea of if they're going to run this event next or after this. Because like I said, after this next event, whatever it is, and it's not a Hell, the deadline is gone. The Hell event will happen then and there. No ifs, ands, or buts. This event should have happened the first week of March, but it didn't. And I told you exactly why. Because they just want to say for anniversary. So why do I think it might happen next? Like I said, as the days are passing by, more clues are kind of coming, and what's it called? It's just giving me an idea of, first of all, number one, it's kind of giving me an idea, as I've talked about before, what Hell event they're going to run next. The camp of the big Hell events, or the camp of the tiny Hell events, which is Bloody Moon or Four Myths. So because the days are passing by and it's close to anniversary, unfortunately, guys, forget Bloody Moon and Four Myths, especially Bloody Moon, because since it's coming for anniversary, or maybe close to it, if they don't, for whatever reason, don't want to run it, it would make sense to run the bigger Hell events. So for that exact reason, if you hear that's the chair, those two Hell events are out. No, just put it out of your mind right now. It would make sense to run the bigger Hell events for anniversary, as I have been stating, and like I said, as more things are passing by, more time, it's kind of giving me an idea here. So we are left with 3 Hell events. The 4, whatever, the newest Hell, which is, I am almost 100% certain, an automatic goner, because as I said, it is such a new Hell event. We don't get new Hell events like that way too fast. That's way too quick. Way too fast. Perhaps in a few months' time we will get that event. For now, no. Another reason why it's important to note is because that Hell event, I think that's the only Hell event to date that has a feature that comes with it. And you know how long it takes for our server to get features, new features in this game. It takes so long. That feature should also not be an exception. I mean, look how long it took to get Dreamweaver. It took so long. Look how long it's going to take to get that model image, which they still haven't teased, which is what this video is about. I actually have a theory about why it's not being teased yet. Like, look, a year, I don't know how old that feature is entirely, but a year or 2 perhaps. Like, look at that. So yeah. So now, if we eliminate that, we're left with 4 gods and Windflower, guys. I have a theory, and I explained it in my other theory video, that I don't think 4 gods is next, because the Japanese server just finished their Hell event 2 days ago, which was Time Palace. They had the chance to run 4 gods, but guess what? They didn't, because that server doesn't still have 4 gods. Same with C server. They still don't have 4 gods, but they decided to run 4 wars in the last week of February, so just a few weeks ago. Notice, and like I said, those two servers did not run For Gods yet. However, those two servers also have Windflower and Bloody Moon, but our server doesn't. We don't have those three events still. So that kind of gives me a clue and a hint that I think Nikki, for some odd reason, is going to do everything in their power to, whatever reason, refuse For Gods next again, which leaves us. So if we eliminate For Gods again, and I explained this before, it leaves us with Windflower. A couple days ago, a person on Reddit made a topic. I'm too lazy to show it to you because I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I'm going to summarize exactly what they said, that they actually noticed a lot of coincidences. It doesn't mean anything, obviously, but they noticed a lot of coincidences that actually have evidence sort of supporting Windflower is actually next. And this is so important to note because, number one, they actually said that when the CN server got the male model feature, guys, they actually said the Windflower debuted with it too for 2nd anniversary. And like I said, that teases male model. It is nothing else. Nikki confirmed it's not a hell, but it's also not a debut. And that's the only reason why we know it's that male model. It's just they're not talking about it for now for some reason. Also, this is important to note because the poster also mentioned how before they got Windflower, they got the time limited quest of this thing here. Interesting how we're getting this too. And then this suspicious post here. Old friend, someone's first nightmare about crafting. I am about 100% certain this nightmare crafting is hinting at a lifetime suit time limited because I don't think we've had any of the Marina Gris recolors as a lifetime, which is important to note. So why is this important? Because another thing is, so I did a little look up on Instagram, and the last time they actually brought this Scarlet event thing was about a week before Evernight, which would explain Mermaid event. So the problem is this. So when they say next time limited quest would be from and after this quest would be a real nightmare. I'm pretty sure this quest they're talking about is going to happen on the 25th, right? It wouldn't make any sense for this not to happen until later. Why would they tease us with these things and they don't happen next? That's kind of odd, which is probably why they are teasing these things so early, especially how it says on the 21st and it's the 16th when this post was made. So 60, that's like 5 days from now. It wouldn't make any sense. So the reason why I'm saying this is because if they're going to bring a lifetime suit next, you guys, it would make sense to run it with a hell event. Well, guess what? My other part of the research, if you go on Instagram, you'll see it. They actually, I didn't even remember. It went from my head. I just can't even remember. Guys, we actually had that Marionette. Yes, we had Marionette Gris lifetime quest suit on the day the Time Palace Hell event came. It wouldn't make sense to bring this lifetime suit later, or else why would they tease it right now? And also bring it for, I guess they will really return Memory Hell event with whatever next is happening next. It wouldn't make sense because it's an old hell event. All hell events have lost the properties of new hell events. They don't get any special treatment. They just come back with more expensive nods. That's it. They lost their double diamonds reset, and if they had postcards. So it would make sense to bring the lifetime suit next. And also going back to the the Reddit post, another very interesting coincidental thing they pointed out, and I actually have this footage when I made my Hellish Bloom Hell event theory, when I saw the icon of, guess what? The Mermaid Hell event and the Windflower running at the exact same time here, guys. That is, is that the reason why they're bringing that Mermaid Hell event back early? Because for some reason, and the way it's looking as if we're copying the CN server at the moment, setting up for Windflower. That's kind of interesting, which leads me to the post of that pixelated thing. I realize as the more days are passing by, something tells me that they're going to talk about it, but definitely much later than they are releasing it. Don't you find that odd? That it's not like they're even previewing more images. I understand if they wanted to and they don't want to reveal it yet, but they're not. It's just that one picture and that's it. Doesn't that seem odd to you guys? Now, for that to happen, for that oddity to exist, that tells me that there is a reason for it to happen like this. And I realized that this, like I said, this model thing, this male model is not an event, guys. It's a new feature in this game. And don't we get updates? Don't we get new features through updates only with maintenance, guys? So why would they tease the pixelated image if it was not going to come next week? It would be kind of odd to preview it now and bring it for Hell Event anniversary in the middle of April. That would be stupid, because that means we would have to wait about 2 more weeks. It would have made more sense to tease that image, say, next week's events, not now, because when they're teasing it now, it makes it seem like it's going to come next. It's the only possible reason why they're doing this. It's just, they're just, I guess, updating these things now to get a early head start to announce these things. Because if they were to bring this, it would mean, I think, like I said, that would mean the game would have to have a maintenance update. It wouldn't make sense to have a maintenance update next week and then the week after that. That's not possible. It's so stupid. Just get everything done at once. There's no reason to, maintenance update 2 weeks later. I mean, the last time we had a maintenance update was with that weird small tiny one, which was in the last week of February. So it's been a month almost if they decide to run a maintenance update. Because like I said, obviously, for them to bring new features, I'm pretty sure they have to do all the coding and stuff. And for that to happen, they would have to obviously kick out everybody in game, which would be the maintenance update. It wouldn't make any sense. Don't you find that odd? It's like, if Nikki told us when these posts were gonna happen, it would give me an idea of if hell it was running event next or not. But they didn't. But I'm like, if they are teasing these lifetime suits in the pixelated image for it to happen in the middle of April, but teasing it now makes negative 100% no sense, guys. See how stupid it is? Because there's a reason to it. If they're really teasing this now, but they're not going to bring for another 2 weeks, that makes no sense, because it's going to just get buried under all these other things and it just won't make sense. It's like, why? Because they're teasing it now to have some time to bring the new Hell event, which would potentially be the 25th maybe, and maybe run Mermaid just because they want to, which might explain why we're getting this too. I don't know. What do you think? This is, like I said, as the more days are passing by, it's given me an idea of if a hell might be coming next, or if not next, 100% next after that, and what hell we might get next. I don't know. Something fishy is going on, and I think we're going to have a very interesting update on the 21st, which will be the announcement of the next event. I'm pretty sure of it. I have a bad feeling something's going to happen, which would maybe explain again, and I wish more people talked about it, why they brought the Barbie event close to maybe the Hell event happening next. Because, now you're forced. Barbie, oh, it never comes back. Oh, no, close to a Hell event. Setting up for it to happen next. A perfect thing to do, right? Very disgusting, but would make Nikki more profit. Let's be honest. If they actually, for some odd reason, don't save this Hell event for anniversary and they just decide to bring it just close, because to be honest, I don't really care if they don't bring a Hell event for anniversary. As long as it's close to it, I'm good to go. That's just how I feel about that. So there you have it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this video or not, to be honest. This is like, I don't know. So bye, my friends.